Darlings, hi. Hello, darlings. I'm the pretty one. Tell me I'm the pretty one. Darlings. It's the 4th. It's the 4th of January. I start a fucking video and the fucking neighbour sneezes. Fuck off. Now, it's the 4th of January 2026. And we're going to talk about this. I will show you some big loud sneezing bastards around here. We're going to talk about this. What do you think about this? Oh yeah, we're going to talk about that. Hey, look at that. Look at that. I have a few words to say about that. A few words. Yes, darlings. I do. What do you think about approaching celebrities for a selfie and getting an autograph? Or approaching an A-lister? You're walking along the street or you're somewhere and suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, that's Gene Simmons. That's Gene Simmons. Or is that Justin Timberlake? Oh my god, that's Justin Timberlake. Or that looks like Mel Gibson. Is that Mel Gibson? Oh my god, that's Mel Gibson. So you're somewhere and you notice a celebrity. Let's say you notice them at the airport, such as that fan did. Do you think you should go up and do you think you should get your mobile out as fast as you can? And if you're carrying a pen, and just be like, oh, there they are, that's them, that's Gene Simmons, oh my goodness, oh my gosh. And you go up to them and you get into their personal space. And just be like, oh, can I have a selfie, can I have a selfie, can I have a selfie? What do you think about that? I'll tell you what I think about it. I think you should leave them the fuck alone. This fan went up to Gene Simmons, got into his personal space, and Gene Simmons said, you're not getting a fucking photo. And when this came up on Facebook, fortnight ago now, and I looked at the picture for a while. I looked at it, and I read the comments. I'd already made my mind up what I thought. I read the comments, and the comments said, Gene is so ungrateful, no one should be asking him for an autograph, he doesn't deserve it, he should be more grateful that people even want anything from him. And there was all these comments saying, yeah, Gene's always been ungrateful. No, he's not. Not at all. If you see it, okay, generally anywhere, if you for instance, at the airport, it's probably LAX, and I've passed through LAX a couple of times last year, and a couple of times in 2024. But I digress. Now, Gene Simmons comes to the airport, and he's well, okay. First of all, this fan goes up to him, and I looked at this picture, sat there looking at it for about 10 minutes, and this Gene's just come off a long flight from somewhere. He's just come back from an experience. He's landed at LAX, and what's on his mind? Well, the experience that he's just had from wherever he's come from. Also, is his lift going to be there? Is his pickup going to be there? And he's carrying his bags. He's just come off a long flight. He's probably tired, and he walking through the airport, and then gets approached by a fan who gets in his face and he says, "You're not getting a fucking photo." And the fan takes 3 anyway. That guy, that fan, looked insufferable. He looked insufferable. First of all, he was getting into Gene Simmons' personal space. He was getting into his personal space and invading that, attacking it, invading it, and then spitefully took 3 photos. And don't do that. Don't get into the personal space. As I said, he's just got off a long flight. He's just got off a long flight, thinking about the experience that he's just had elsewhere, and he's thinking, my driver should be there, walking through the airport, carrying his bags and whatnot, and thinking, get home, and then all of a sudden, person in your face who you don't know, don't know them, they're in your face with a phone, you're like, ugh, and never approach anyone like that. If you see a celebrity or an A-lister, most people's instinct is to quickly grab their phone, put it onto camera mode, and go, they're going like this. And most people approach and say, "Can I have a selfie?" They don't even say good afternoon or anything. They're like, "Oh, hi, can I have a selfie? Can I have an autograph? Can I have a selfie?" And they're like, I think that is the worst thing to do. Talking to my partner, I was just talking to my partner the other day, relating this to her, and I said, "What do you think about autographs?" She's like, "Oh, they're pointless." I would not refuse to sign an autograph. I would not refuse to sign it. I was very polite about it. I wouldn't. And I wouldn't refuse to take a selfie with a fan. I'd be polite about it. I wouldn't refuse it. But I think autographs are pointless, and I think a selfie with a celebrity A-lister is pointless unless they offer one. Pointless. I would much rather have 30 seconds with them where I converse with them, ask them how their day has been, and talk to them for 30 seconds. "Hi, how you doing? Love your work. Just wanted to say hi. Really good to meet you." Because what fans do, what overzealous, in your face, spiteful fans do, is they waste so much time. They're getting out their phone, they're putting it on the camera. They're not even looking at the person. They're not looking at the celebrity or A-lister, musician. They're getting out their phone, they're putting it onto camera mode, and they're like this. They're like this, and you are in that situation, what I would do, if I was at LAX and I saw, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's Gene Simmons." Like, "That's Gene Simmons." I'd do this. I would watch him walking. I would take it all in. I'd watch him walking, I'd observe, and if I was in any close enough range, I might say hi, or wait, I don't even know if I would do that. I think I would just watch them walking, be in the moment, take it in, watch them as they go, observe them, take it all in, just watch them, and then as they leave. I wouldn't run up to them with a freaking mobile phone and shoved it in their face and asking for a selfie, and no wonder that some of these celebrities, some of them, say, "Get that camera out of my fucking face," or "You're not getting a fucking photo," because they don't know you. They don't know you from bar soap. You're a fan, yeah, and this guy looked insufferable. Look at him. This guy looked. Just don't get in their face. Leave them alone. Just appreciate them from a distance. Look at this guy. Look, this guy looks insufferable. after being told not to, and then he's like, I got the photo, I got the photo. I wouldn't walk up to a celebrity and say, can I have your autograph? I've never done that. I don't like the idea of doing that. And so many fans waste so much fucking time. I think that at premieres, fans don't see the actual person. For maybe, you see all of them have got their mobile phones in their hands and they're filming every moment. I wouldn't be in that situation because I don't like those type of crowds. I would be meeting them in a different situation, which wasn't that situation. I wouldn't like to be in the crowd at the movie premiere. I did it a couple of times when I was in my 20s. Before there was mobile phones. I did it a few times in my 20s. And you looked at the person and it was actually a fun experience. Now everyone's got their mobile in your face. Yeah. So, if you see a celebrity or an A-lister and you see them, don't run up to them pushing a mobile phone in their face. If you feel like you can approach and say politely, good afternoon, hello, hi, you don't know me, but I love your work. That's it. I love your work. They'll probably say thanks if they're in a good mood. And you could maybe make 10 to 20 seconds of chit chat with them. Wouldn't it be lovely just to be in the moment with them, observe them, taking their energy, taking their style, rather than thrusting a mobile phone in their face, which would make them feel uncomfortable, because most people are not polite about it. They're just... And... yeah. People who just... this guy really got in Gene's face. Gene said no. Apparently he took three snaps, and he took three snaps anyway, 3 shots. He looked insufferable, and he probably said to his fans, I got the shot. I got the shot. So many people do it. Like, they're just like, give me a selfie. Is that the interaction that you really want to have? So yes, if you see a celebrity, just appreciate them from a distance. Appreciate them. Don't have to get an autograph. Wouldn't you like to be able to say, I met such and such for like a half a minute? I think I met them for like maybe a minute. I met them, talked to them, spoke to them. It was fun, memorable. Didn't stick a mobile phone in their face. Didn't demand a selfie. And you know what? If you talk to them for like a minute, just say if you spoke to them for a minute, they might offer a selfie. They might say, would you like a photo? They might offer you one. They might. They might, but no, that's what I wanted to say. Okay.